Good evening to you, one and all. Shadow Temple of the Zeldathon and Lionhearted teams back here with more the Somnium Files. A game of which, it just didn't go very good last time. I'm going to throw it out there. A lot of people died, and we don't really have an answer for it. First off, and of course this is all spoilers from moving forward, so prepare yourselves if you don't for some reason want this game spoiled for yourself, but have decided to join my stream tonight. We were supposed to be investigating the murders of two individuals by the name of Shoko and Renju, formerly married, now divorced, couple that were the mom and dad of our very own. Oh my god, Mizuki. Yeah, that's right. I was trying to think of her name for a second. Shoko, you're still not sure why she died, but she had her left eye plucked from her face and was stabbed a whole bunch in the back and left on a carousel. Her father, Renju, was similarly had his left eye plucked out. He was strangled to death and placed on a giant fish hook in his own maid cafe. And just as we thought we were starting to get to the bottom of things, we were starting to learn a few things here and there, including some weird things going on with Iris, the teen idol, and Oda, the teen thrall, or the 20-something thrall, I should say, of the teen idol. We find them both dead. Yep, they're both gone, and it's a problem. They both got sawed in half by a giant ice block cutter, and it wasn't a pleasant sight. For some reason, Oda was in a giant polar bear costume, and Iris had her eye plucked out before then. So, yeah, it's not going too well for the old dream team that we got going on. And so, plan for tonight is hopefully things get better. Or they get worse. I don't know how this game goes, but we'll find out soon enough, and we'll find out together, right? I know, right? Iraq, you gotta keep an eye on these things. The things fell apart while you were gone. That's why it's all your fault. Everybody wouldn't have died if you had stuck around. Or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's get ourselves into this madness, shall we? Speaking for not showing up yesterday. Well, yesterday we did, yeah. There you go. Yesterday we finished off Fire Emblem, which was a lovely time, but we're done with Fire Emblem now. That's just the beginning and the end of it. You're only at 2 hours of sleep. How dare you? Sleep is good. Sleep is very good. Get some sleep when you can, please. For your sake, for my sake, for everyone's sake. All right, let's load it on up. Let's see what's going on, shall we? 22... 10-3, 10-6, 10-7. I suppose 10-7 be the one, huh? Day 4, Monday, cold storage warehouse. Yep, that's the one. Oh boy. So it's the day after, or it's the morning after we found the live stream of both Oda and Iris dying. We ran over to the cold storage warehouse where we found their bodies. And now we have returned to the scene of the crime to try and determine what in the world happened. So let's get to it. We're driving as fast as we could. We got we got knocked out, by the way, by Oda, who had a stun gun. And when we woke up, all this madness happened. We're just trying to figure out what in the world is going on now. That's what we're trying to determine. So now we're here, and it is not good. It is not good at all. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. I imagined so. All right, let's go, buddy. We're not even gonna play today, Inspector. You and me. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
You've had a really busy couple of days, Kagami. The inspector is doing his duties as usual. Policeman?
Everything is okay.
Wow, I haven't even done anything yet, but I appreciate the notion regardless. Thank you for the follow. Any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point. but didn't find nothing.
Nothing? God damn it. How could you not find nothing? This is a big place. A police officer. An oil drum. Unlikely to be a clue. It says you. Could be the same oil drum that we found in the Mermaid Cafe. Just throwing it out there. Cardboard box. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. A wooden box on the shelf. It's empty. Is this Oda's blood? Found my post on Reddit from 11 months ago and wanted to see where I am now. Hello, Vicky. Hello. We just got ourselves started here, so people are just starting to roll in. But yeah, thank you. My channel has grown here and there. Not too much in the course of 11 months. Over the with once compared to 8 or 6 years of streaming. But yeah, we're having ourselves a wonderful time regardless, right? How you doing? Hope all is well. Let's see. What was that post, pray tell, by the way, Vicky? Was that my recently partnered post that I was so very proud of? Or what else was going on there? Forklift B. A forklift. I don't see anything special about it. It is a forklift. Ice cutting machine. Iris and Oda were sliced in two by this ice cutting machine. Iris and Oda.
Iris's estimated
Oh, come
time of
on.
death
Why you gotta
and
bring this
cause
in
of
every
death have
time?
been confirmed.
Hey, White. How you doing? It's been a bit. How's life?
The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Why you gotta keep repeating it, huh?
Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Thank you for getting rid of that. I know, right? I heard your little message on loop. Stop it. Timed it very well. You're very well, thank you. Yeah, it was one of those. Gotcha. Neat.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
Almost nothing at all, M. Jevons. We just started investigating the crime scene, and we found nothing so far. Yeah. What are you watching? You are watching a game called the Somnium Files. It is a game created by the same people who made the Zero Escape series. The idea is that you are a detective with a AI companion that is your left eyeball. You can see actually with Dante there, he's got a yellow eyeball there. That one is actually a very nice robot right there. You don't want me to
And like
leave this up?
Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Yeesh. We're investigating mysteries, mostly murders, all murders in fact. So far there have been 4 murders in this particular timeline. The idea of this game and other games in this kind of by this particular creator is that you're not just following one path at any given time. I mean, you are following one path per time, but the game is more than just one particular path for you to take. There are actually multiple different paths for you to continue to go on, and all of them provide new and interesting clues that you may have to carry to other sections of the game in order to continue moving forward. And so this is the particular path we're on right now, but we've taken many different branching choices to go different ways before that. So there you go. Doesn't look scary. No. It's not supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be kind of like a hard-nosed future detective kind of game mixed with anime. It's just gruesome in some ways. I don't really play horror games on this channel. Just a lot of murder mysteries, I suppose. A hook is hanging from the ceiling crane. Uh-huh. All right. Let's see what else I can find in here. The laptop, of course, the equipment.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Do I have any suspects? I mean, Sosajima is definitely the most, suspicious as of present. We know in other timelines that he has definitely been to this warehouse before. I don't know why, but he has. That damn polar bear.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
How did you determine that? Were they listed on the pawn shop store or online shop? How do you know this?
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse.
Okay.
Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner.
Uh-huh.
However,
That makes sense.
I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Wow. Well done.
I have done some research.
Okay.
As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know.
So Renju, victim number 2 in this particular timeline, his family owns this warehouse. Now, he's not directly connected to that particular aspect of the business, but it's still maybe some space that his family would allow him to use.
Renju's father created the company.
Right.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Right.
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
Still could be used, though. He missed a few streams a little back. Do we find out what happened to the inmate? Well, in this timeline, he is presently still in prison. In the other timeline, we do not know, actually. We have no clue. Weirdly enough, I know. It's kind of spooky.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
Right.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It feels like a pretty hefty coincidence if it is to be one.
It certainly is suspicious.
Yeah, you're telling me. Still a bit weird that she just walks around and gets dirty on her eye feet. I know, right? Maybe she self-sanitizes before she jumps back into my eye socket. Nice cutting machine.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Yeah.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
Right, but it's not like the air is just like constantly swirling underneath her like she's a goddamn airbender. Like, there's gotta be something else going on there, right?
And the cause of death.
She's gotta have an air sac that she inflates, like Big Hero 6 kind of thing.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Right.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound or...
I cannot determine that.
Iba does kind of look like... Okay, don't... I understand where you're going there, Pierce's Pats, but I don't think our murderous polar bear is indeed the same one.
I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal.
What a play that would be, though.
Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Ota's mom, Mayumi. Potentially. Weren't you the original Cyclops killer, though? So I think maybe, yeah, that was revealed in the previous stream that we might be a killer. Not presently. We're not, probably not actively killing them now, but there's a pretty good chance we killed them before, like 6 years ago. It was not great. Of course, we don't know any additional information other than what we saw in the memories of somebody else, because we also dive into people's dreams. That's something we do. It's kind of fun. But yeah, no.
Just a little bit of a killer. Just a little one.
There
Give me
are
shelves.
only a few items on the shelf.
We could be Fight Clubbing this whole thing. I know. I see what you're saying.
Is this warehouse not in use?
There's nothing particularly suspicious.
This forklift is old.
And frozen for some reason.
It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
A forklift. The tire and floor covered with a layer of ice. Bloodstain A. Iris and Ota's blood. I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space! I don't think the others had a chance to do that. An evidence marker. It's a little marker that's put up to track evidence at the scene. Why is that one X when we have A and B otherwise, huh? Huh? A video camera and laptop used for the stream. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why?
He didn't really respond very well or very much to the ice cutting machine digging into him, though.
Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Well, thank you, Vicky. It's how I've survived for 6 years. Sometimes people don't even have to listen to what I'm saying. They just want to listen to me saying things.
Unknown.
Well, that's all we got. Fun.
Date, we should get moving.
Fun fact for you minor demons friends, by the way, I recorded my lines for the upcoming episode. Not a big episode for my roles. It's all right. It's a pleasure. Well, thank you very much. I'm okay with you re-redditing while listening to me in the background. I'm used to that for the most part. What are the comments about this question that Date asked? Hold on. I was focused on something else for a moment. Why did the culprit put a costume on Oda? A part of me still wonders if maybe Oda, did this all on his own and maybe Iris fought against him with the knife? And then, I don't know. You could see that happening, right? Like, Oda does this big play-along, very, Yandere style, where he, she's on the bench, and then he's like, I got you, I'll save you! And then, it cuts away, and then it comes back, and, she fought him for that, and he's been bleeding out for a bit, kills her, and then just is upset and kills himself afterwards, right? It can happen.
Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly.
Oda could be very, very fucked in the brain.
We will not find anything of importance here.
I know Boss was like, nah, it's probably nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, but Romeo and Juliet killed each other Romeo and Juliet killed themselves because they thought the other one was dead. There's an important distinction there.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
Oh, that's true. We did have a scene where Oda was running around without a stab wound, didn't we? Did we see him well enough? I don't know.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Juliet faked her own death because she thought that because she figured she needed to do that in order to be with Romeo for the rest of her life. And then Romeo came in and was like, oh no, she's dead. I'll just die then. And then he dies. Then she wakes up and she's like, oh no, Romeo didn't realize that was faking it. Better die. And then she dies. So there you go. Fun times. He poisons himself. She tries to poison him herself off of his lips. He doesn't get enough poison and then stabs herself.
Teen love.
Anyway, CSI, yeah. I'm heading out. All right, that was some fuckery. This is why you don't give teenagers... Just don't give teenagers anything. Sorry, teenagers. Let me know if you find anything. I let him know, then left the warehouse. But yes, don't give teenagers poison. Good lord. Not a good plan. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
What's up, Pewter?
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
You know something. No. This is his normal outfit. Oh, God, though. Imagine, though, if that wasn't the case. This was his work outfit. And then when he, leaves work, he's just, wearing a sweatshirt. Like it's no big... No, this is Pewter's life right here. Or even better, it's just even flashier suit. Somehow the collar's even larger when he's in his casual form.
Why this all of a sudden?
Yeah, just hoodie and joggers, exactly.
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date.
Thank you, Pewter.
I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice.
I appreciate that sentiment, but also that is your job. Can I just throw that out there?
So, if I can help you, even a little.
I actually do like the fact that Pewter's kind of he's a morally gray zone throughout this entire thing. He's kind of a villain in another episode or in another timeline, but in this one, he feels like he's genuine. Yeah, his boyfriend's dead, and now he's going to help us out. I appreciate that moral ambiguity.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her.
A little chaotic neutral.
So I decided to meet you here.
All right,
Let's hear it.
let's hear it.
Shut up. I'm saying things, Dante.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Yeah, and you were like, I just don't worry about it, I'm sure. Shut up. And I was like, come on.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
Yeah, about that, actually, I wasn't quite certain.
Let me explain why.
It's true. He was asked by his lover to do it. It makes sense. He was blinded by love.
I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
The identity of the Cyclops killer is whoomph, just car comes right past and just crushes him into the side of those containers.
Although, it's more accurate to say killers.
Any luck catching them killer then? Actually, it's killers then. Actually, it's just the one killer. It's just the one killer, actually.
More than one?
I butchered that Hot Fuzz reference, but go watch Hot Fuzz, guys. It's a good movie.
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
Maybe not a good movie, but a fun movie.
One of them was born a murderous psychopath.
Fun!
The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Oh no. That's problematic. Because we know Rohan Komakura was a murderous psychopath as well. So if he's the one who's described normally, then good lord.
They each had a role to play.
Okay.
The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Oh boy. What the fuck? You know, the Vietnamese soup. Where do you submit weekly clips? Actually, if you just take the clip, you can either just post it in chat, you can post it on the hashtag clips channel on the Discord server, or just make it. Just make the clip, and I check the list of clips that have been made throughout the week, if that makes sense. I'm just going to assume that if you make a clip that you want to enter it into the business. Thank you very much, Cunning Dolphin. Let's see. About Rohan first. Let's dig into that first.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye.
Okay.
She was already dead.
Well, that's an improvement.
He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out.
Okay, maybe that's not well, I mean, she was dead. Still, it's all bad. I don't know why I'm trying to give him, like, some moral comeuppance.
The reason why was simple.
It was dirty, and he was trying to get a little fleck off. You know, like, you see, like, a little piece of something on their eye, and you're like, God, let me get... And he was too strong, and it's right on out.
He was fascinated by women's eyes.
Can I go with my description instead? Please?
Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
Oh man, look at that fucking feminine eye. Isn't it just like the most... It's just reeking with feminine beauty?
He needed to have them, to make them his own.
I've heard of men wanting to capture women's eyes, but this is ridiculous.
Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye.
Uh-huh.
From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women.
Yikes.
He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman.
And that's... Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I understand that a little bit now. Like, so that's why he's saying he's certain that the original Cyclops killer couldn't be the new one, because Rohan was all about taking those eyes out after they're dead. Which means also that the original Cyclops killer was not using this whole eye business to do the big sync that we did at the end of one particular timeline.
But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge.
Uh-huh. I feel like of all places, other than, I don't know, a morgue, you have your best chance in the Yakuza.
His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years.
Uh-huh.
However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath.
You gonna let me know who that one is?
The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye.
Because he's kinda a man? I'm pretty sure Renju at least presents as a dude.
Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings.
Uh-huh.
At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Haven't seen his bio thing here. We'll confirm this just as this bit of a play here. Renju, sex is male, so far as we know. Share the same birthday, by the way. Hey, he's dead. Guess we don't share it anymore. Why did the Cyclops case get classified?
That, I don't know.
Really?
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time.
Uh-huh.
Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value.
Oy. I mean, they talked about the fact that the boss's brother was a bad guy. Not in this particular pathway, but the first time that we talked to Momo, he talked about how fucked up Rohan got before he killed himself.
I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
Like, he got
You really have
weird.
no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Who's the murderous psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction.
I didn't ask that.
Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
I didn't ask for that.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust.
Uh-huh.
It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone.
Cool.
It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
Did they take the original psychopath, brainwash him, force an eyeball into him that gives him regular doses of a particular medication in order to prevent him from going insane, and then also make him work for the police? Is that what's happening here? Because I'm kind of getting a feel like that.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do.
Uh-huh.
However, he was able to experience a substitute.
Thank you very much, Pokemon Shadowmaster, for the 100 bits, by the way.
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means.
Yes, I think that's pretty much what they're saying here, Hawk.
Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins,
As he killed people. We got ourselves a bit of a mirror situation here going on, I think.
performing a certain action.
Paying exactly $5.14 for a Big Mac. That's right. I nailed it.
What was it?
What do you think, Dante?
Murder.
Dopamine
Thanks.
is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine.
Yeah, an honest-to-goodness neuro disorder that was an issue.
Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure.
Right.
He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Yeesh. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you very much, Twister, for the 200 bits. Therefore giving some emotes to other people in chat, which is super kind. I got myself 2 affirmators for you to read for you guys in a minute here, but I'm gonna let Peter talking first. Oh, I guess he's done. Never mind. So, every time that people give 100 bits or more in this chat, I read these nice cards called affirmators. Especially on a day like today where we're playing a game that's so incredibly dark, it's nice to have an opportunity to read something that is a little bit lighter and positive. So there you go. I got myself 2 cards because you guys gave 200 plus bits so far. Let's see here. No judgment is the first one. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Second one is no need to do. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I'm already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do laundry.
There you go.
Every 100 bits, guys. Every 100 bits. It's fun. They're fun times. Hey, Select, how you doing? All right, summarize for me, Pewter. You still didn't tell me who it was, though.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
You just told me, like, their brain chemistry, but you didn't mention a name or an identity of any kind.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Right.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
Did you try to whisper to me, M. Jevons, or to somebody else? Because I do not see whispers very often. Just so you know. And you really needed it. There you go, Trius.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that.
But what about the other one?
That means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police.
Uh-huh.
They actually picked him up on other charges. But in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Is he now?
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
Pewter. Pewter!
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
What the fuck? No. Really? No. Really? Whoa. All right. Fair enough. So he was less of an assassin and more of an absolute villain. Huh.
Number 89.
Because Hitomi theorized that he was like an assassin in another life. But then he was I'm very confused. He had like a whole family life for like 3 months. He's hanging out, having a good time, I presume. And then he like got caught into it and like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
Yeah. It would explain why inmate number 89 has a connection to everything, though, and why he knows exactly why Shoko died. I mean, that is a thing.
So, now you know why I said that.
I got it.
That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because one is dead and the other is behind bars.
Okay.
Neither of them had the opportunity.
I mean, I'm still suspicious, but it does make a certain ounce of sense. So we'll see where it goes. All right. Let's go to Matsushita. Like, my mind isn't made up about that business, but maybe it's true. Maybe number 89 is actually the killer. Oh boy, this is not gonna be a pleasant conversation, is it? The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Oh, Mayumi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's looking at photographs in her hand. I'm sorry to interrupt. About Oda. Do you want to talk about it?
This is your fault.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I heard from the police.
Uh-oh.
Because you didn't take care of Iris.
Uh-oh.
My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report.
What the fuck did the police tell her?
Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me?
I'm sorry.
I said leave!
Date, let's go.
Yeah.
She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm out. Oh God, I don't want to do 2 in a row. Let's go back to our house. Refresh for a second before we head over to the Sagan residence. Dante residence Monday. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. Yeah, Oda tased us. Like, we tried. We were trying to be good. And then Oda just had to take it into his own hands, and it didn't go well. Mizuki is staring at the floor. About Iris. About Oda. About the Okura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Uh-huh.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet.
Yikes.
Not just in Japan, but worldwide.
Yikes. We fucked up.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body.
2 days ago, she discovered her father's body.
2 days ago, her father's.
And this morning, she finds out the only 2 remaining people who she cared about are now gone as well.
This morning, 2 of her best friends.
She doesn't have a whole lot left in her life there, Dante.
It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Yep,
Can I be left alone for a while?
of course.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Sure. Great. She seems fine. Let's go, guys. She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
That seems reasonable. I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Good play, Dante. Good play. All right, here we go. More sadness. To the Sagan residence. So dinner at 9? Yeah, yeah. I'll bring home some Jimmy John's. All right, have yourself a good night, Vicky. Thanks for stopping by. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. A heavy silence weighed on both of us. Hitomi is composed. She's hiding her sorrow deep in her heart. She's gentle, but strong. Yeah, I'll get the JJ Gargantuan, please. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent. Even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day, she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time, she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
Well, this sucks. Good lord. About Oda.
Oda was one of my students.
I know, Frosty. I know.
I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Can you think of any information?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
Anything.
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please, tell me.
Anything.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before.
Right.
The first time at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
The second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
I don't think you told me about that.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger.
Okay.
I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but
Who's this acquaintance you speak of?
I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu.
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Of course it was Fuchu Prison.
Fuchu.
So she visited inmate number 89. We don't know who Shoko is visiting necessarily.
Prison?
Iris' stepdad, yeah. However briefly. Iris called him uncle. Oh, boy.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
Oh.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them.
Of course. We'll do our best.
Please. Please.
We'll do our best.
Trust me.
Oh no. Oh no. Only got one place left to go. God, what a terrible day so far. Yikes. Yeah, hey Fire Roller. Hi Dark Raiden. Welcome. Off to Marble. Maybe Mama will give us some fun hijinks and levity in this situation. Marble Monday.
Are you okay, honey?
Not particularly.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning anyway.
Right.
You know about it?
It's on every channel.
Uh-huh.
You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
Probably not for the best, but also yes.
I don't need a drink. I need information.
Fair enough.
Do you have anything?
Wasn't sure where he was going to go with that.
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Not a bad idea, Leolite.
Tell me.
Let's hear your intuition here, Mama.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case.
Potentially.
Remember what I told you before?
Yeah, but we know for a fact that Momo would never kill Iris.
That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras?
Sure.
Shoko also has a relationship with them.
I know.
You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
Yeah.
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Thank you, Link, for the host, by the way. Appreciate it. How you doing tonight?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
Really?
He came here last night?
Yeah.
Ota?
What about him?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner.
Right.
He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
What? The fuck is Oda doing with the Kumakuras?
Have you heard the rumor?
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for the host, by the way, as well. Appreciate it. Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's about Sosajima in the Kabasaki district. Yeah, we found out that Sosajima's shady as fuck when it comes to that. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land in the Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up or conspire to blow it up? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Did So blow it up or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. Other than 29 billion yen and a bunch of irradiated land. You'd end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. What? No, it isn't. He sold the land for... Hold on. It's still the same land. Right? It's still the same amount of land. He just bought it because it was cheaper. Not... math. Hey, Afmao Romiv. How's it going? Welcome. Right, the land depreciated, but maybe it will clean up over time, and maybe the cleanup business will cost less than 29 billion yen. About so in the Kabasaki district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies.
Right.
They, of course, look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
They don't look legit at all. They look like a Yakuza front.
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
Kumakura Estates?
The KE followed in So's footsteps.
Okay.
They bought up land in Kabasaki.
Hold on, I got an achievement and I just want to find out what it is. Collected 100 appendix files. Oh boy. Anyway. It's about So in the Kabasaki district.
Now, back to So.
Right.
Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki?
I've not heard of the plans for the casino in the Kabasaki, but now I am.
So was the one who came up with it.
Uh-huh.
I was born and raised in Kabasaki.
Sure.
I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly.
So let's pave it all and put up a casino.
But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces.
Or sawed in half.
But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at any cost.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate it.
Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
Woo! Yeah! Money!
After that, So moved fast.
He's not really supposed to be a likable character, Dark Rain, in fairness.
He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places.
Uh-huh.
The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Fantastic.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district.
Potentially at the taxpayer's expense.
At the moment, the area
Wow.
is still considered off limits.
What a play, right?
However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
Huh.
If the plan goes smoothly,
So they figured it out.
land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
And all that land is owned by the KE.
Which So kind of worked together with in order to get back.
And by So himself.
Mm-hmm.
The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
There you go.
He's involved in some shady business.
You're telling me. Continue.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
So they could immediately devalue the land, sell or buy it back, or sell the land, devalue the land, buy the land back, and then pave it all and put up a casino?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
Yeah, it feels like some pretty shady business to me. What about Oda, though? Where does he come in?
What were we talking about again?
Oda, the Matsushita kid.
Ota and the Kumakuras.
What a band name.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district?
Sure. I didn't, but great.
The chemical plant explosion made times hard.
Hi, I've Maori Murumiv. 1. How you doing tonight?
Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down.
Right.
Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion.
Wait. Skip back for a second. Foot traffic went down. No wonder it closed down? What? The diner is closed?
And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more.
A little confused.
That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Or did it just recently open back up? So we're under the impression...
Thank you, Mama.
Well, I appreciate that, Pierce's Pats. I've been slowly kind of trying to build up a little bit of a following on Instagram as well, so if you find anybody that's like, I'm a person who would love to find out more information about the voice of both Pierce and Andrew, feel free to toss them my way. We're almost up to honestly, hold on. I might be up to 100 Instagram followers already. Yee. Hold on. I'm currently at 98 followers on Instagram. It's pretty good considering the fact I started posting on Instagram 4 days ago.
I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
That was, we got up to 69 the other day. It was great. Yeah, who was going to be number 100?
No, it was very helpful.
It was. Thank you, Mama.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
We have a few little tidbits here and there that would be certainly nice.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
I just have to actually have content to post into Instagram. I keep forgetting you need pictures or video or something visual. Let's go back to Abyss headquarters. We have some ideas now. Reconvene, strategize, get back out there. Why, thank you, Efna. Police headquarters, Monday, 4:57 p.m. It is just Instagram.com/shadow_temple, which is the way you see spelled all over this channel. I returned to boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Is she dead too? Good lord.
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for boss.
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
Fair enough.
What do we have to talk about?
You only post pictures with the phone. I did. Is that true? I tried to post something on via desktop the other day and it didn't work. And I was like, maybe I'm just an idiot, some like ancient Luddite who can't figure out how to use the new fanciness. But no, you can? Okay. I am confused by it all. Old man yells at cloud kind of style.
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research.
Okay.
About number 89.
Right. What about inmate number 89? Wow, it's a lot. I've been sitting on the desk. To be precise, The image of Iba sitting on the desk is being sent to my brain. Fair enough. What's number 89's real name? Let's start off with that.
Unknown.
What?
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry.
God damn it.
It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown.
Uh-huh.
However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
What makes you say that, Iba? It seems very certain. She's like, his nationality and his foreignness is unknown. But I'm certain that he's from Japan. Who is number 89?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills.
Apparently also a psychopath.
He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
Right.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
Boop. Why, thank you very much. I see it. It ticked up to 99. One more, and it'll be big ol' 100. Thank you so much. What's the relationship between number 89 and Shoko? Because he knows who Shoko Nadami is.
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection.
So what did you find, Iba?
Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room.
We know that much.
I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89.
Yeah.
After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
Wait, did you just use your private account to get that number 100 up? Well, thank you. And... oh, can't refresh.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
100. Thank you so much.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
Although he could have been listening to the news.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
Maybe.
It is possible.
All right, last bit. What about number 89 in the new Cyclops serial killings?
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings.
Hey, Pierce's Pants, I'll take the numbers. I appreciate that. I don't worry too much about the follower count here on Twitter, or on Twitch, but Twitter and Instagram, companies do judge you pretty harshly on.
One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Am I tired? I'm always a little tired as I get into streams, mostly because I worked for 8 hours previous to that.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
You're fine, Pierce's Pants. 2 is perfectly fine.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
Who's presumably still in prison.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes.
Right.
He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Right.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
Uh-huh.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
Like, he has some involvement because he knows what's going on.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Sorry, I don't really do that necessarily, but if that's a problem for you, you can unfollow. I totally understand. Let's talk to number 89.
Let's talk to number 89.
When it comes to social media, I try to only follow people that I've met before. I don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's full of it. But he's our last remaining loose end.
All right. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us.
That's true, we are in the police station.
If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Okay.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Wow. All right. After cutting through some red tape, number 89 was brought to HQ. He took considerable time to arrive. But for some reason, Boss never showed up. Boss is hella dead, ain't she? Police headquarters, Monday, 8:56 p.m. Pewter's with us again. Hopefully this time not siding with the boy. Here we go.
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
All right, let's start. Number 89 is sitting in front of me. Oh yeah, we had some reused animations for sure, but I'm sure it's a little different this time. Who's this number person? Apparently, he's one of the two members of the original Cyclops serial killer team. He's also apparently an assassin. Iris's temporary stepdad before he got arrested again, and maybe our ticket to solving this mystery. What's her name?
Number 89.
Your real name?
I don't remember.
Great. Where are you from? Don't remember.
Burkina Faso.
Neat.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
It's pretty neat.
I don't have time for your jokes.
Also doesn't matter that much. You're the original Cyclops killer, aren't you?
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago.
Uh-huh.
One of the two Cyclops killers.
So at least he admits to it, but whether or not it's actually true remains to be seen. Do you know Shoko Nadami?
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
Wow. Okay. So that is a definite connection between Shoko and number 89.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Meet you?
She
Okay.
probably just wanted to see me.
Uh-huh. When did you first meet Shoko?
A long time ago.
Oh, they're definitely creepily alike. He just oozes creepiness and like untrustworthiness.
I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
All right. Who killed Shoko Nadami?
All right, let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Right.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty.
No, I will be hasty. There are a lot of people dying right now.
We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
It's done. You've got a deal.
Do you believe me?
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story.
Wow, we really are. We're just lying right up our ass, aren't we?
It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
I got all day.
I've got nothing but time.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin.
Uh-huh. This man should not be allowed to leave.
Once upon a time, there was a detective full of righteous justice.
His name was Seven.
Let's call him F.
Sure.
F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born.
Classic superhero origin story.
He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor.
Oh man, I wonder who F is.
Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun.
Yeah, I don't think F is gonna do that.
It's fine. I got nothing else on me.
Uh-huh.
I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while.
Uh-huh.
Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
Oh boy. I don't think he actually forgot his name, Athmo.
The culprit was unarmed.
Someone tells me he just didn't want to tell us.
But F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent.
Whew, boy, that was decidedly not self-defense.
If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police.
Sure.
People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated.
Uh-huh.
F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all.
You have a hunch that this suspect was dead?
After
Maybe.
a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened.
Okay.
That was a turning point for him.
Just straight up like Max Payne Punisher style, huh?
He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin.
Oh boy.
A lone gunman. No agent, no employer. He was his own man.
Wait, if you're in his... Don't assassins usually take contract work? Pretty sure an assassin is someone who like kills for somebody else. If you're just going off and just killing things, then you're just a murderer.
F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner. But it didn't last long.
It's pretty good, Jave, man, I will say. But it didn't last long.
One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X.
One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X.
X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died.
Uh-oh.
Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time.
Oops.
Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
Cool. And that's how he met Hitomi at the shrine,
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth.
Yeah.
But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation.
So strange, Rohan.
They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no.
Does he, though?
But it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
That's what I thought.
F was trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
Yep.
He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer.
Oh boy.
Thus, F's self-employment came to an end.
And he was just an assassin.
He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name.
Okay.
Falco.
That's where the name Falco comes.
Named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
I get you.
Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though.
Wow. All right. Someone's got a side gig.
He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life. Not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another.
Oh boy.
It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely.
I imagine.
Is that just a guess?
Man, this F person
Time
sounds like quite the
passed,
enigma.
And a few years back,
I wish we could find him.
Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake.
Whoa.
He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach.
Probably not that fatal, because apparently F survived.
Somehow, he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him.
Yeah.
He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps. Footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking. That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman.
And the woman.
She was a teacher at some school.
I don't give a shit. Just the amount of grit in this voice is the more you hear it, it's like, wow. No matter what he says, it's going to sound serious.
It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world.
Aw.
They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer.
Yeah.
Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart.
A lot of gravel for this, Frosty. A lot.
Falco started to become himself again. His former self.
He started to warm up.
He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
Aw. Then he should be all about helping us.
You want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please.
What?
You've done a lot for us.
Okay.
But there is one last thing.
Uh-huh.
One final job I want you to do for me.
Oof.
It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them.
Let me guess, it's Hitomi and Iris.
Should be simple, no?
Oh boy.
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine.
Yup. Fuck.
And her daughter. She had just turned 12.
That's
Why
not
the
good.
two of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason.
He knew, didn't he?
And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill.
Right.
But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would.
So he had to make it look like she died, maybe?
He thought long and hard.
Uh-huh.
How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime?
Yeah, no, the criminal justice system in Japan is let's just say don't commit any crimes in Japan. Or don't commit any almost crimes in Japan. Or don't piss off anybody who could tell the police that you committed a crime in Japan.
He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help.
Uh-huh.
And then...
we do need a spirit medium and her lawyer. Silence. For some reason, he wouldn't open his mouth again. Why did you stop?
Why did you stop?
Is that the whole story?
Was that the whole story? You mentioned a detective.
Oh boy.
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
He's about to leave, isn't he?
Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else.
Yeah, I kind of figured he was... I figured he was smarter than that.
I'll give you half up front, half later.
Uh-huh.
If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
I wonder what would happen if we told him about Iris. I feel like he'd break down at that point.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Yeah, we gotta give him a reason to.
Tutor.
Yes?
Start the preparations.
Of course.
For what?
What do you think?
Yeah, that's what's happening. The second half of this stream is for subscribers only. If you want to subscribe, you can hit the button above the stream. You can also use Twitch Prime, which if you have an Amazon Prime subscription on Amazon, you can get yourself a free 1-month subscription to any channel on Twitch. If you're an unsubscriber, goodbye.
The sink.
A 10-year-old kid who's so excited. Oh, boy. Hopefully they do okay. Which one are they doing, Marissa? Also, hi.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage.
Okay.
He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah.
The time limit is 6 minutes.
That's a good one for a 10-year-old.
Let's begin.
All right, here we go. Let's just dive on in, shall we? Oh, that's not so good, Marissa. Never mind. They're going to have a hard time. It's the apartment again, isn't it? Yes, it is. Holy shit.
Sup?
Hey. Actually, before we continue on this, I think I am going to take a little bit of a break here. I do have to use the bathroom, and I want to grab some more water, say hello to Bento and all that jazz. But when we return, we'll find out what exactly sup, and try to uncover as much information out of this Somnium as we possibly can, all right? So, stick around, but, maybe walk around, take a stretch, take a break, stretch your legs and all that jazz, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. When we come back, we find out sup. See you guys in a little bit. BRB.